Snowshovel here, and I'm going to talk about the para in depth, which means I'll be going over mods, characteristics of the gun, and also how you should use it and how you should not use it. And I'm going to be having help from fellow TWsub Force here in a little bit, but first of all, I'll go over mods with you, try and break some of these myths. I'll go over each one of these separately. First of all, Spetsnaz Edition, barrel, whatever. This adds move shot accuracy, and it also helps decrease the bloom when you're spraying it, but you also lose the damage increase, which is very important to have on the para. This is a beginner's barrel, or this is a headshot barrel, because of the fact that you just don't do enough chest, or sorry, not chest damage, body damage to the enemies. So you only want to use this if you're trying to get headshots or if you're new to the gun. Heavy barrel you should just stay away from. There's nothing appealing about these stats whatsoever. That accuracy bonus is a lie. It doesn't actually add accuracy. It doesn't do anything. In fact, the range bonus I've noticed is almost the exact same as without it. So it's like, why even use this barrel? It's terrible. Long range barrel adds range damage. Also doesn't reduce the rate of fire like reinforced does. This is useful if you are really good at tapping, but it's not so useful if you aren't. So I don't know. It's usually a toss-up between these two if you want to spray. I would use reinforced if you have trouble clicking really fast, or if you accidentally burst really often like I used to. I mean, that was the reason why I started using reinforced, was because I had an issue with that. But ever since I got my new mouse, I haven't really had that issue, so been using long range since. But yeah, usually a toss-up. They do relatively the same damage. Reinforces slightly more damage up close with the rate of fire loss, and then long range is better at long range, obviously, and there's no rate of fire loss. So you choose between these two. Use this one if you don't know either. I don't know. Mix and match. Find out what you like. But ergonomic grip, sorry. All around goodness. Always equip it. It's very good. Don't see why not. There's nothing wrong about it. It does help with the move shot. ACOG, I would avoid. It's pretty pointless. I'd rather have the zoom in, and it also takes up a lot of the screen, so I avoid this. Recoil control stock. Basically, it adds a slight amount of bloom, and it decreases the amount of recoil. Before I continue, the difference between recoil and bloom is that recoil is the amount of kick that a gun will have. Basically, the amount the crosshair will move up is the amount of recoil it has. Bloom is when the crosshair gets bigger. Bloom is bad. You do not want bloom, because bloom creates randomness. So you don't want that. You'd rather have recoil, I would say. But at the same time, you have to choose between having more recoil or more bloom. And the one thing you can control is recoil, so you usually do not want to use this. You'd rather have the bloom, or the recoil, than the bloom. So I don't know, if you're a beginner and you have trouble with your recoil control, then you might want to use this. Otherwise, I would avoid it. Shock absorber. A lot of people use this. I have no idea why. The move shot accuracy on the shock absorber is completely awful. I don't even know how to begin to describe this. Basically, when you move around and you have the shock absorber on, the crosshair is huge, and this is terrible because you need that one-shot accuracy, and you want to have that at all times, not when you're only holding shift. So I would avoid this. The accuracy bonus is only applied at long range, and this gun isn't meant for long range, so why would you put this on? It's a terrible mod. And then precision trigger just basically it increases the move shot accuracy, and it decreases bloom as well, but it increases the recoil slightly. So I mean, I would use this, but personally I just don't see the difference. It's very slight. It's very minimal difference. You just get a slight move shot accuracy with a bit more recoil. But yeah, I don't use it because I just feel like it's a waste of 1100 euro. But yeah, or not 1100 euro, 1000. My bad. But yeah, these two barrels, by the way, want to say this. They have the exact same stability. Okay, they don't The reinforced barrel doesn't have a bloom delay or increases bloom or anything. They have the exact same recoil pattern. The only difference is this one shoots faster and this one does more damage and has less rate of fire. They have the exact same pattern. So if anyone tells you that these two have a different pattern that reinforces worse or for whatever, exact same pattern. So I don't know what to say. Like, they just have the exact same pattern. There's no difference whatsoever. It's just the rate of fire difference. But yeah, those are the mods for the para. You choose which ones are good for you, not someone else. Remember that. You shouldn't just use my mods because I use them. You should use mods that you prefer, and you will find out what you like based off of just experimenting, basically, just finding out what suits you, what your playstyle is. If you like one-shotting more, you might want to use a Spets barrel, or if you like spraying more, or tap shooting, I should say, you might like the trigger and grip with the long-range barrel. But you know, you just choose what you like, find out what you like, and then use it. But don't just use someone else's mods because they use them. Like, find out for yourself what you like. But anyway.